Where's yours?
All right, everybody. Welcome to Burn It Down NASCAR podcast.
Post Road America.
Post Road America edition. Get you ready for a hot Atlanta. My DVR worked really well this time. I didn't need it, but what do you think?
Congratulations, Reddick.
Yes.
We knew that was going to happen. Yeah, I thought it was going to happen sooner, but he was in a rut, and congrats. But I think it's more interesting that three road races, 3 first-time winners, 3 different winners.
Yeah.
So I think that's the more interesting aspect. Usually road races are, won by the aficionados like the Chase Elliots and Kyle Larsons and Truexes. And now it's 3 different road courses and 3 different winners. And congratulations, Reddick. But you better get going because you're going to get left in the dust if you go in a rut going into the chase. So you better get going.
Well, I don't disagree with you on that. However, we've talked before that he's been up there. He's been close. He's
absolutely.
This wasn't a surprise.
No, not at all. It wasn't. Holy shit! Corey LaJoie won. Like it was. We knew this was coming. We expected this coming in. Like I expect a Kevin Harvick to sneak one in there before the end's over too.
He better hurry up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yep. he just got
knocked out.
His ass booted out
yeah.
With this win. But no,
it was a good race. Like I said, it was just an average road course where it really wasn't exciting. It really wasn't much going on. But like I said, congrats, Reddick. That's how I feel. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad.
And I won't disagree with that. I mean, I don't know what I want to say as far as how it could have been better. They raced hard. They raced good. We didn't have to deal with weather. And like you said, congratulations to Tyler Reddick. We've been waiting for this all year long. We've been saying that he's one of those that's going to get one. Now we'll see how he performs in the 16. I think we'll get to this later, but I think there's only 3 spots left for winners guaranteed in. But anyway, top 10 or 16 here. We got Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, Larson, Chastain, Suarez, Buescher.
Before you continue, I thought it was interesting. The top 5 are Chevys.
Yeah.
And then it was Ford, Chevy, Ford, Chevy. The first Toyota is 13th. I thought that was interesting that Chevy and Ford pretty much dominated, but you can continue.
Cindric, McDowell, Allmendinger, Harvick got a top 10.
Didn't help.
Wasn't good enough. Blaney, Bowman, Truex, Briscoe, Custer, Byron. Hamlin was 17th. And our Bubba watch 35th.
Yeah, brakes. He had a bad day. I think he got spun twice, and then his brakes went out. And it was funny too because I don't know how much you watched the pre-race or whatnot, and they're talking about he's got his confidence back and needs to keep it up and blah 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 and.
So he fired his pit crew.
I was like, what just happened? And what happened?
All right. We'll do the chase standings, and then we'll do the. You're cracking my ass up. All right, chase standings, and then the overall standings. Chase Elliott still in front for the chase with 2 wins. So is Chastain, Logano, Byron, Hamlin. With 1 win is Larson, Kyle Busch, Bowman, Reddick, Cindric, and Kurt Busch, Briscoe, and Suarez. Blaney, Truex, and Bell are in on points right now. Harvick dropped out, and he had a what was it, a 9-point cushion going in,
Yep.
I believe, and now he's 20 out. Amarillo, Jones, and Dillon is in 20th. I firmly believe right now, with I think it's 8, maybe 9 races to go, 8 races to go before the chase, you got to have a win. And you better have 2 just to make sure. I firmly believe that Blaney's going to get in. I still think that Harvick's going to get in. I think he's going to snag a win somewhere.
We have 8 races to go. 8 races to go. We have Atlanta, New Hampshire, Pocono, Indianapolis Road Course, and then Michigan, then Richmond, then Watkins Glen, then Daytona. So I don't know. Like I said, with this new car, I don't know. I can't say up to, Harvick, because he should have done it by now. But you better get going. That's all I can say. Him, Blaney, and Truex.
Well, I'm going to give you a little preview of my pick for next week. Harvick.
In New Hampshire?
No, they're at Atlanta next week.
This week, yeah. This weekend.
It's where he got his first win. He'll do it again, I think.
Yeah, like I said, he's heating up. He's on the cusp, and he's finally figuring something out. I don't know if he's getting more seat time in the virtual thing, or he's learning through teammates, or he's studying data and he's going back to school. I don't know, but he's actually getting consistent finishes, which we all know leads to wins. So we'll see how he gets.
Well, that's
there.
what we said about Reddick. He was consistent. He was
Ross.
up there, and Harvick is coming back up. Like you said, hopefully he's figuring something out here. I still think he's going to get in on wins. We'll see. Like I said, we got 8 races and 3 open slots, and then it goes to multiple wins.
Yeah.
And then obviously by the time we get to the chase after Daytona, we're going to have the conversation about
right now, Harvick is out by 20. If it ended today, Harvick is out by 20 points. Almirola is out by 47. Eric Jones out by 85, and then Austin Dillon out by 94. And right now, who's good right now by points only is Christopher Bell by 20, Truex by 61, and Blaney by 112. So I would say Blaney's good if it has to come to points, but he better win too, because you don't know what's going to happen, especially with there's at least 3 or 4 wild card races, I would say, coming up that any one of them can win. Road courses right now are wild card races, and then we got Daytona and then Atlanta right here, because Atlanta is a completely different racetrack.
I would put Austin down for Daytona.
I would too. Even Bubba. Hate to say it. I don't want to. But he's the Michael Waltrip.
Depends on who wants to play with him or not.
Which pit crew does he want to take next?
Yeah. All righty then. And then we got the real standings for right now. Of course, Chase Elliott is in the lead, not only on points, but he's got 2 wins. You got Blaney, who is in second with no wins. Chastain with 2 wins. Larson with 1. Logano with 2. Kyle Busch with 1. Truex with no wins. Bell with no wins. Bowman with 1. William Byron with, he's like hero or zero. He's got 2 wins. Yeah.
He was really hot in the beginning of this year, and then after that, he really hasn't. Same thing with Bowman. He was hot in the beginning, and then just fizzled out.
Yep. Harvick's in He's not in 11th.
He's in 11th by points.
Okay, right now, but okay, yeah, we were looking at
He's
playoff.
He's
Almirola is 12th. Tyler Reddick is 13th with a win. Austin Cindric is 14th with a win. And all the next three, Kurt Busch, Chase Briscoe, and Daniel Suarez. And then you got Denny Hamlin in 20th with 2 wins, but he's in.
So right now, they better watch out with Ryan Blaney or Truex wins, because that'll shoot them literally to the top almost of the chase, because they have 5 stage wins.
Yeah.
Each. So if one of them, that's going to put them literally in the top 3 of the actual chase if they win the race, because they have so many stage wins. Better watch out. I think Truex is he's right there also, and so is Blaney. It's just they just can't finish it out. So I literally expect Blaney to win, Truex to win, Harvick to win. Like I said, Daytona is a Dillon. It could be even Eric Jones. It could be even Bubba. Hate to say it. I don't know. It's even Michael McDowell. He can win Daytona. He's really good at plate races, and
he's already done that once.
Yeah, and he's really consistent this year. He is probably
he's amazing.
He's probably the top 5 consistent driver that no one's talking about.
He's been really good, no doubt about that. All right, let's move on to the fantasy league, because I was really pissed off about this week. I put all 5 of my drivers in the top 10, nailed all 4 of the challenges, and still only beat you by 1 point. I'm like, what the hell?
Our picks were not, well, we had on road courses, I know you did too. You put Joey Hand. You picked a couple.
I put him in the garage.
Yeah, but I know you picked him just for, what if.
In case.
To me, I had Chase, Austin Cindric, Michael McDowell. Like I said, he's very good. Chase Briscoe kind of screwed me, but he didn't. And then Daniel Suarez, and I had Allmendinger, who finished better than Briscoe, but Briscoe had stage win, which gave me more points anyway. So, and like I said, I got all the picks too, right?
I had Elliot, Suarez, Cindric, Larson, McDowell, all in the top 10. I nailed all 4 of the challenges, and I'm like,
me and you the last 2 weeks all picked the same for the challenges. Heads up.
But
we picked the same.
You are still in the lead with 32-30. I'm 124 behind you. Frank is making a little bit of noise.
Well, he's making picks.
He's at 25-03. Hopefully he's picking again, because I know he was really busy and couldn't.
Yeah.
He had a 150. Maybe he didn't. Lunar had a 164.
I'm up to 25,000 in the world rankings or whatever. That guy that we always talked about, he's dropped quite a bit.
25. I'm at 43.
The thing is, though, the number 1 guy is 3690, and I'm at 3230. So I'm not far behind, like literally, 1, 2 good 3 races, but these guys will probably do the same thing we are. They're picking all the hot guys. They sprinkled some bad ones out, but they've all picked the main guys throughout. So it'll be interesting coming into the chase where everybody's standing.
Well, and these guys that are scoring hot, either they're getting very damn lucky or they're going to run out of picks here pretty quick.
Yep.
And I've sprinkled it out, and like I said, we have talked about, we've got 8 to go, so I'm saving my power team for basically the last 5 races of the chase, is what I'm trying to do. So, but I couldn't believe it. The race got done, and I went, oh man, I killed it. I killed it. I got all 5. I nailed all 4 of the chase. Are you effing kidding me? 1 point? What the hell? So, but good job, dude. That was a good job. Like I said, we'll see what happens. But I was like, 212? Woo! to 11. Shit.
Yep. And the thing
Uh,
is, who I almost picked. Oh, I almost took Busher too. I had Busher originally in my lineup, and I took him out for Briscoe.
I was actually going to put him in the garage.
I had
and
Busher,
I thought,
and I almost took him. So if I would have taken him, I would have been. Chris Busher finished sixth. I would have been good.
Yeah, the reason I didn't is because he was getting so much publicity all week long because of Sonoma. And I'm like, okay, you know what?
They're
You
gonna
just
jinx
got
him.
jinxed.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. Just final thoughts on Road America. It wasn't a bad race. It wasn't an awesome race. Congratulations to Tyler Reddick. That was great. We've been calling this all year that sooner or later he was going to get one. I really didn't think it'd come on a road course.
No.
But he did a wonderful job. He I don't know whether he saved or whether Chase didn't.
Chase,
but I'll tell you
Chase,
that move he put on Chase to take the lead.
Well,
what
the race they both had prior to the last pit stop and then after was really good because if you watched the race, Chase literally on pit road went right in front of him, and tried to block him to get out. But I just think Chase in the very beginning of the race said his steering was messed up. I don't know.
Yeah, from the beginning, it never seemed to go into anything.
Yeah, so I don't know if it got worse through the end of the race or his tires when they did the pit stop wasn't what he needed, but it was fine. He finished second. Reddick won. Reddick, good, great. And we knew it was coming, but not at a road course. Wasn't expecting that.
Now Grandpa's looking at Austin saying, come on, boy, let's go.
Well, he, mentioned that. RCO. I swear they made a statement about Austin too. I gotta find it. I don't know exactly where it was. They're saying, they're always there. They finish second, the blah, blah, blah. Their time's coming. He's pretty much just saying it's, he's got the finishes. He's been second. He's been top fives. He's been third, and he's just got it. I forgot where it was, but I saw it. And he said it's on the way. Childress believes in his grandson, and we'll see.
But and I'm not trying because I like Austin. I really do. But he's kind of and I don't even want to. But he is. He's kind of a Michael Waltrip light. Restrictor plate, big track. He won Indy. Most of his wins have come on restrictor plates. There's no short tracks. There's no.
But I think his average finish this year is higher than his past years, and I think that's the.
Is it?
I think it's.
Like I said, I don't want to knock him too bad because I know he's trying and all that, but he just. It seems like when it comes down to using more driver talent versus drivability of a track where the talent isn't, in other words, hold it to the floor and drive your ass off. He's better at those tracks. I could be wrong on that, and I'd like to see him win a couple of short tracks, a road course. Couple of intermediates, but it just seems like every place he's won has been a huge, like I said, I don't know.
I was trying to find an average finish. He has 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s.
Where? This year?
Yeah.
That's not wins.
No, but he also has 5 DNFs.
There you go. How many of those were wrecks?
I don't know. This is just standings. But like I said, 3 top 5s is honestly not bad.
No. It's not going to get you in the chase.
But Tyler Reddick's got five top fives and 7 top 10, 3 DNFs. But no, it won't. It will not get you in the chase. This year is gonna be I think the first year where it's you have to win or you're done. You're not gonna point.
I agree.
There's no way in the next 8 races it's gonna be all multiple, second or third, fourth time winner. There's gonna be a 2 or 3 that sneak in the first time for the year, first time winner.
All right. Let's cover one last statistical thing, and then we can go into our discussions. You said Chase for the win. He got second. I said Bell, and I don't have it up in front of me, so I'm not sure exactly where he finished, but he wasn't bad.
Christopher Bell,
Frank
18th. He finished 18th. Bell, 18th.
Okay. McDowell for Frank, and he was in the top 10. I know that.
8th.
You said Custer for the dark horse.
15th.
I had Keselowski.
33rd. That boy.
Boom! I nailed it.
That boy.
And Frank took Joey Hand.
He was up there for a little bit, but he finished 21st. I win that.
On Bubba, you and I both said he wouldn't finish, which he actually, I don't know.
No, he said he breaks. He did not finish. Out breaks.
Frank said he was going to be in the top 20. That didn't happen. Denny, we both said would finish, and he did. And Frank said he was going to be in the top 20. What was he, 18th?
17th.
17th? Okay. All right, we've covered all that, and I want to take just a second. Join us in the league. You want to put in your picks like we do, because we do the winner, the dark horse, and we're on Bubba and Denny watch because Bubba's got no talent and Denny's distracted, so we're just watching all that. So, unless you got something to add, I'm done with Road America.
Yeah, I want to do my little spiel real quick.
Go ahead.
Before we go into the news. If anybody's listening, my name's Brian. The other person's Dave. My dad, he's got me in the NASCAR pretty much ever since I was a baby. Pretty much on and off through my whole life. So we've decided this past year to start a podcast just because why not? We have fun. We're laughing.
We enjoy talking to each other.
So what we want to do is make a podcast. And we started out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/burnitdownpodcast. Search it there. You can watch it physically that way. Or if you want to listen to it audio on your phone, that's most people are watching or listening that way is via your phone. You can download or go to any one of these sites, rss.com, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, Pandora, and Google Podcasts. All you have to do is search in the search bar or under the podcast section is Burn It Down Podcast or Burn It Down NASCAR Podcast, and we'll pop up. I've looked it up through there. It's not hard to find. I think we got like 20 views on the YouTube videos, which is steadily becoming the average, which is good, for starting out. And I think we got like another 20 or 25 listens on the audio side, which is good. I think we gained some followers, so I'm happy with growth, and I'm just happy it's going. So wanna do that.
The main thing is we're not looking to make money. We're just looking to have fun. And again, want to reiterate, this is just a father and son team, and we've got a third guy. There's other issues that we're not going to go into. Nothing illegal. Just when he gets his world straightened out, he will be joining us every week as well. Another knowledgeable NASCAR fan. So, we're carrying on, and again, we look forward to Frank joining us on a weekly basis. We miss him, but it is what it is, and Brian and I are but again, I just want everyone to understand, we love the sport, even though we knock it around quite a bit, but we're just a father-son duo that are trying to get together at least once a week and have a conversation about something we both love.
We don't talk about this in between the week either. This
that's
is
it,
literally
too.
all off the cuff. We don't talk about, this topic. So,
We may text each other during the race, like, "Did you see that shit?"
Yeah.
But as far as show prep, there is zero. Zero.
Nope. If anything, I tell them like, "Hey, I don't have anything for this show. Hope you have some research, and we'll just go that way." But no, so we're pretty much off the cuff. It's more natural that way instead of having we have a structure of we have the show, but we don't have topics of, this week was Bubba's shit. So
No, we just talk
Yeah.
whatever comes to our heads. So, and I want to give a lot of kudos to you because I know you've done a lot of work getting this up on all the different platforms and promoting it, and it's awesome. And again, we don't care. We're not here to make money. We're here to have fun, and we want to encourage anybody and everybody to interact with us however you want to do that, through the email, the YouTube, any of the platforms that Brian mentioned. Talk to us. You got a bitch with something that we say, we'll maybe put you on here and have a debate. Because I've got a big one coming up here in just a little bit that I hope I get a few people fired up about. But
I literally just searched "Burn It Down" podcast on Google. Bam, pops up. Boom. It's not hard. Pops
Awesome.
up on everything. So easy peasy to find.
All right. Let's move on to news and views
Hold
of
on.
the day.
Actually, before we go past Road America, Noah Gragson.
I was going to save that shit.
Oh, it's Road America, though. If you want to save it, we can.
I want to save that because
Okay.
I've got a big deal I want.
Okay, we can save it. I just saying it's Road America, and you're just going past it. But all right, we can do that. It's fine.
We'll go on past
All
this,
right,
and then
all
we'll get back to it.
All
because it's not just about Road America. What I have to say about this encompasses a bunch of crap.
All right.
So, on the Bubba thing, did you feel like Joey Logano kind of took him out?
Joey? No.
Yes.
I didn't think so.
I did. I kind of thought he gave him the chrome horn. Started his day bad.
I didn't feel
when
that
he spun him around the first time when those two got together.
Didn't he come on the radio and say he said that was his fault? My bad. I think Joey came on the radio and said something like that.
Oh yeah, because he didn't want to fine.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it that way, but all right. No.
I think I'm just saying and that started Bubba's bad day.
Bubba wakes up and just starts his bad day.
All right. And then let's just wrap up the Bubba crap. We know he ran out of talent at the end, but he also ran out of brakes or whatever. But that's
running out of talent. You that's part of being a NASCAR driver is learning how to preserve your brakes. Everyone has the same brakes as you. Because you run them harder because you're trying to run faster? No, that's on you. That's out of talent.
And then, again, I really want to do this, but I want to get off of him and move on to other things. He gets, about 2 or 3 of Christopher Bell's pit crew?
I have the article up here.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? You can't fix stupid. And you can't create talent. And even though he has had a lot of problems on pit road.
It says Wallace's front tire carrier is off to Bell's team. Additionally, the other guy swaps to the 20 roster.
I think there's at least 2, if not 3 guys that they're swapping from, because Joe Gibbs Racing provides the talent on pit road for 2311. All of them. And he's getting new. Now, let's see. I'm not going to make any big predictions, but I will go to the point of there's been a lot of problems on pit road.
Yes.
And okay, Wallace's former front changer, Jackson Gibbs, and tire carrier Nick Beneath head to Bell's car from the 23, the number 23, 2311 racing team. Additionally, AJ Rossini joins the number 20 team roster as a rear changer in place of Daniel Olzowski. Joe Gibbs Racing provides pit crews for all of 2311's entries driven by Wallace and Kurt Busch. And this is from, I want to give proper, this is from NASCAR.com, so I want to make sure I reference it correctly. The move comes after Wallace was left furious by pit road mistakes that set the 23 team back at Nashville. Issues that have become trends over the season's first 18 weeks. I can't argue with that. What I can argue with is the talent behind the wheel.
No, here's how I would go back at it is when this fool runs into a wall, should his pit crew get mad at him? It's the same thing.
Agreed.
Don't get me wrong, the crew has had some issues on pit crew has, but you don't see them saying, swearing them out over the radio, and you don't say, I'm sure they're like, God, they're sorry, and they're, crappy crash, and it's not vice versa. Now he's pointing fingers at, yes, there has been issues, but come on.
Okay, so bottom line on this, Bubba got what he want. Now, put up or shut the F up.
He's going to say it wasn't enough. He's going to want a tire changer, and he's going to want a new fuel guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to want a whole new crew. I don't know. Yes, he got what he want. Will it be enough? No.
Probably not. Not to compensate for the... All right. I got to stop because I'm telling you right now, I got a lot on that. But let's move over to his partner in crime and team owner and boss, Denny Hamlin. More pit road penalties than anybody. 26 this year alone. Now, I didn't do the breakdown on how many were actually driver errors versus pit crew errors, be it loose tires, whatever. But if there's 26, I would say a fair majority.
It's almost like 1.5 a race or 1.4. I saw the stat. 1.4 a race is what it came down to.
He's only lost the one tire that I'm aware of. So the rest of it's got to be missing pit road or pit box, speeding, outside. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why it kind of came up because 24 leading his race and it was his fault is when you're driving out of your pit box, you have two. You can only drive
three. You have three boxes to drive through.
And he ran through his right front tire was in one of the ones and he got caught with
the fourth.
Yeah, And
he hit the fourth.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's obviously not all him. Like a tire or the crew can be over the crew too long or too many on the equipment lines being left on it. Tires. I'm assuming they probably count tires being loose as a pit road. But yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to see the list.
Yeah, I should probably look for that because I want to talk about it. But that's amazing. I mean, we've still. I mean, this is 18 races, and he's been penalized more than anybody else. So, I want to toss another little subject out there that we can chew around before I get to my itch of the week. What do you think about stage racing and where it's at? Are you pro? Are you not?
I don't mind it. I do and I don't. I understand the old school. They want to race, and when a caution is, what's the definition of a yellow flag? A caution on the racetrack. I understand that. But I like the stage racing because if a boring race is going all 400 laps, it's boring. Now, stages break that up to where, yes, they have to race for those points, or there's a different strategy breaking into it. So I can see both ways. Obviously, watch both ways. So I don't have a preference, but I can understand. Remember back in the day, I think Jeff Burton, won a race by reading all whatever amount of laps. Forgot what it was because he just stunk.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, stunk it up. It was boring because of it. And I think there was a Talladega race that went caution free, and I don't know who won it, and then that changed everything up. But I understand why they added stage races to make it more interesting and fun and interesting. But
but you need a damn degree at a college to understand anything anymore.
Yeah.
Again, I know things change and I get all that, but my point is, without stage racing, the team strategized for those guaranteed first two cautions.
Yes.
What if you didn't have that? Okay, we know we're gonna pit at 45 and we're gonna pit at 95, but they had to manage those tires and their fuel like in the old days. And somebody comes in on 43 versus 45, you drag the whole field. I just got to thinking about that this weekend watching this race. I don't know why a road course tricked it into my head.
Because they were pitting before the stage to get out first at the restart after the stage instead of getting stage points at the end. So it was about, I understand where you're coming from because they did. That's why Chase Briscoe won a stage because he stayed out when Chase Elliot pitted. So I understand how probably that thought process came in.
It's just I don't like it. I like them pushing their equipment, whether it's tires, whether it's gas, to the point. I love the old days, and Chad Knaus was a master at say road courses where you run it from the end back to the beginning. Okay, I've got X amount of times that I know that I'm going to have to pit. And instead of saying, okay, I've got to pit on, lap 30, lap 60, lap 90. Oh, now I've only got another 15. So now we go back and maybe we'll pit on lap 15 when everybody else pits on lap 30. And then we'll be off sequence and we'll, when they, and hopefully catch. I guess, I don't know. I just got to thinking about that this weekend, watching this race and applied it to the other races. I guess the best way that I kind of thought about it was they were taking more tools away, or more, not, I don't want to say tools. They're taking more strategy away, more creative ideas, because now everybody's on the same page. Either you're going for stage points or you're going for the win at the end of the race. Where before you were always going for the win at the end of the race, versus worrying about these stage points and playoff points. And like I said, you need a calculus degree to understand it most of the time, which is why I don't even try. I just wait until we're done. Okay, there it is. And I trust them on it. But we've been doing the stage racing now for, more than a handful of years. And I'm just beginning to think that it's not all that it was originally cracked up to be. and I could have my mind changed on this. I remember the days when it was balls to the wall all the time, outguess your competitors as to when to pit and get the fresh tires. Or, like I said, Chad Canals was the one that came up with run it from the back to the front versus front to the back type of strategy. I don't know. I'm almost done as far as I don't like. I can't. I I think it's the stage racing over time has taken a lot away from the strategy of, and it's not just road courses; it's all of them, because they all know at lap X and lap double X there's caution. So we play the game to get to that lap, then we play the game to get to that lap, and so there's no cunning in there. You know what I'm saying? As far as somebody thinking outside of the box to try and do something different than what the rest of the crowd is doing. And I can remember back in the days when we used to go to Michigan, watching guys, whether it was Mark Martin or Dale Jarrett or Rusty Wallace or any of those guys, and they'd do something weird, and we'd be dialing up the scanner. It's like, what's going on? Is something wrong? Oh no, this. And you listen, and they're like, okay, we're doing this on purpose because we want to get off sequence to throw everybody else off. And I guess maybe I had a little bit of nostalgia, and I just kind of thought about that. This is too structured. That's my point, I guess. That's probably the best way to say it. This is too structured. Everybody knows what everybody else is going to do, and there's no mystique. And somebody watches one of those cars, drivers, teams dive in. They don't even wonder anymore whether there's an issue. It's like, oh, they're trying something different. And I don't know. The more stage racing goes on, the more I'm like, I'm over this.
You're talking, there's a problem when a stage lasts your whole tires and your whole gas. You can just stay out there racing the whole time. There's no strategy. You're just staying out unless you want to pit early and then forget about the stage points and coming out, beforehand. I don't think a stage should last your whole tires. You should have to pit, be able to make it to the end of the stage where you have to have strategy. That could be a way. Get rid of 2 stages. Just do not a halfway point. Make an offset. I don't know. That might be a different way to think of it if they want to keep stages. It's mainly how a stage is in their eyes. You're re-racking the field for a potential of excitement. It's how they feel or how they present it.
So what's the matter with the product that they feel like they have to do that?
It's too boring. Too boring is in their eyes. Well, their ratings are down because that's why they did this. They wanted to restructure it. Don't get me wrong, the ratings aren't that much better than when that was happening, I guess, but this is their ideas to make it more entertaining to the viewer instead of.
But doesn't it make it more predictable?
For the first 2 stages, pretty much. That's why the last stage or the final stage is more unpredictable. For one, it's longer. So they have to pit before the end of the stage or before the end of the race. So strategy has to come involved or different types. So I feel the stages being in what they are, that a whole fuel cell and your tires can last the whole stage. You don't have to pit. You don't have to have a strategy. I feel like they need to stretch it to where your tires and your fuel can't last that whole stage where you have to have strategy to be able to make it instead of, I don't know, there might be a different way to have just one stage. Don't do halfway point because that's just kind of weird. You'd have to make it offset so where it's not the same strategy for both sides, both halves or whatever.
Yeah. But you know me, I'm the king of why fix something that's not broke. So,
Their eyes, it was broke because their ratings were down.
well, there's other reasons for that, and we're not going to go into that right now. All right. I know we're getting close to the limit here, not limit, but what we want to do. Noah Gragson. I've got a huge, huge problem with this. We had a one-off racer that was there for nothing but the trophy and the check, being Sage Karam, whatever. He was roughing it. For anybody that doesn't know, this is not the Cup race. This was the Xfinity race.
Yeah.
And the guy was acting like Brad Keselowski at Daytona. He was running people over. He was rattling their cages. Again, and I don't blame him. He's there for one reason only, and that's the money and the hardware if he could get it. So I get that. Well, one guy that's running for the championship says, "You ain't doing that shit to me," and took him out. Unfortunately, it took out a lot of other people. That's the bad part of it. My big bugaboo about this is that I don't blame Noah Gragson for doing what he did at all. And he came through it on the other end. I'm not sure, but I believe he did get a top 10. Not that it matters. They took everything away from him. Fined him 30 points, $35,000. This, in my opinion, and I am going to be writing a blog that I will be not posting to the other place. I will be posting it on Burn It Down because this is how passionate I feel about this. Where's Denny Hamlin's fine?
I thought that today. Denny Hamlin pretty much did the same thing, but he didn't wreck a field. But he was harassing
Where's
Ross.
Joey Logano's fine?
Well, and same.
Where is NASCAR's consistency? Because if Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano were treated the same way that Noah Gragson just got treated, I can almost promise you that Noah Gragson wouldn't have done what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But he watched Hamlin and Logano be very aggressive and literally
Hunt.
I mean, there's different circumstances, and I know I'm using Hamlin and Logano as examples, and each one of those situations was different.
Well, even
Noah Gragson
look at Hamlin back in the day last year with Alex Bowman, and yes, there's been many examples of this situation or similar situation to what Noah Gragson did that has no recourse and no repercussions.
Exactly. And that's what I think was going through his head is that, all right, I've watched some pretty damn rough driving this year, and nobody's gotten in trouble for it. This punk ass son of a bitch is only here for one reason, and he's roughing me up, a guy that's racing for the championship. I'm going to take care of this crap, and I'm going to do it right now. It's, justice exacted instantly versus I don't have a shot at getting him at the next race or the race after that or down the road. If I'm going to show him what's up, I got to do it right now. I'm not saying that what Noah Gragson did was correct. in any way, shape, or form, sportsmanship wise, ethically, however you want to categorize it. But what I'm saying is, he wouldn't have done what he did if he hadn't been watching previous incidences at the higher level where there was really nothing done. There was no points taken away. There was no major fines. Yeah, they may have had a discussion with NASCAR about it. But if anybody should have been hammered out of these three incidences that we're talking about, Denny Hamlin is the guy. And I said it during the race, should have been parked. He should have been removed from the race. One time, okay, fine, you're getting even. The second time, you do it again, boy, you're done. The third time, you're out of here. And how many times during that race did he try to literally wreck Ross Chastain? It wasn't just a handful, it was more. It was every time Ross came around for the rest of that race. I'm very irritated that they basically took Gragson out of the championship because of this. They took 30 points from him.
He still won. He's in their version of the chase.
Okay, well, I wasn't aware of that. You're right.
He's won twice, so he's in their version of the chase. He'll just be on the lower tier of it.
35,000 K. I heard Teresa Earnhardt Miller, and I don't remember which serious NASCAR show she was on, but I heard her talking, and of course they're gonna, every time she gets on, they're gonna ask her about the hot topic of the day, and she's like, "We're not talking about this. We're not doing it. We will handle this in house. Dale Jr. and I will sit down with Noah, and we will handle." But I am so irritated with NASCAR and their selective punishment about, depending on who you are. I'm evenly or even more kind of surprised that because it's Dale Jr.'s team that they dropped the hammer on this guy.
It's a lot of. I think if he just wrecked that guy, it didn't take out half the field or whatever many cars. I don't think
there was like 10 or 12 cars.
I don't think this would have been nearly as big as it was. But the fact that he took him out the way he did and it wrecked the field the way it did, I think is just domino effect on top of being Junior's car, which is going to get, and whatever, it's going to get publicity. So it's going to get the name out there. So I feel like it was a accordion effect. It was a domino effect of who it was, whose team it was, who he wrecked, and the field went with it. I don't think it would have happened if he just wrecked the kid and that was it. But I think the added factor of he took the whole field with him pretty much, or half the field or 10 other cars, I think that's what did it in for him. On top of everybody was bitching and complaining.
It was still unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yes. How many times have you, over the years, of this unsportsmanlike conduct over Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch and all throughout the years? Let's say even Jimmy Spencer and Dale Earnhardt and Kevin Harvick and all the shit they've done over the years. Come on. And Tony Stewart and, come on. That's what happens. But like I said, I think it's because he took out.
All I'm asking for is even-handed implementation of penalties. And this is, again, I'm not saying he didn't deserve what he got. I'm fine with that. But where's Denny Hamlin's? I mean, where's Joey Logano's? If you're gonna do this kind of crap, or exact this kind of punishment, you got to be even-handed about it. And I still say the reason why Noah was the twofold reasons why he was so aggressive with this kid is, like I said, that guy was only there for one reason: win the race, get the trophy, get the check. And Noah saw other incidences early in the year where things happened and nothing happened to those guys. And he's like, well, what the hell? You know, he's not going to be back. I don't got a second chance. Boom. I'll fix his little red wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not discounting the fact that there was a lot of other innocent bystanders that had nothing to do with this that got involved in it because of this. And I get that end of it. But if you want to go that route and say, well, that's why they nailed him. Well, how many people did Joey knocking Byron into the wall affect? How many people did Denny holding up Chastain affect? Because they saw all that crap going on in front of them. It was like, oh, they didn't stay in their stride because they didn't want to get caught up in what basically Noah Gragson did. But that is my itch of the week. I don't agree with what he did. I would rather have seen a fist fight after the track, after the race. That would have been more fun.
Yeah.
But I understand why he did what he did. And again, you take into consideration, he knew he didn't have next week or during the chase to get back at this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had to wear him or, teach him a lesson right now. And if you watch those laps leading up to that incident, that Karam guy, he was really rough. He was really wearing him out. So, all right, I'll let that go. It's just that was my big bugaboo of the week. It was BS on several different levels. I'm not giving anybody a pass. I'm saying that I understand why Noah did what he did. What I do not understand is the uneven punishment from NASCAR. That's what I don't get. You're going to do one, do them all. Don't, just because he took out 10 or 12 cars with the same action. Like I said, how many race drivers did Denny Hamlin affect with his shenanigans? How many other people did Joey affect with his actions? Not that Joey is on the softer end of these. Okay, I get that, but still, with what happened, it affected 4, 5, 6 drivers and their momentum. And was it Darlington? I think it was.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was.
I think it was.
It was. That was it the new track they went to? No, it wasn't. Go ahead. No.
But my point is if a driver gets aggressive with another driver and starts knocking them around, wrecking them, throwing them into walls, impeding their progress, whatever you want to call it, or literally just taking them out, they got to be even-handed in the punishment they're handing out. And I still say that's why Noah was like, hey, nobody else paid a price. Bye-bye.
Like I said, if he didn't take out the field, it would have been an issue.
I don't know, man. That was pretty blatant. I mean, it was right turn Clyde.
How many times is Jeff Gordon when Jeff Gordon did it to Clint Boyer, and then Denny Hamlin did it to Chase Elliott? There's been many blatant spinouts or hits over the years, and nothing's happened. Is the fact that he took out a big portion of the field is what I think everybody was bitching about. And on top of Noah Gragson not really apologizing for what he did either.
No.
And I think that's another that added to people's pissed off.
I loved it. He's like, hell yeah, I did that.
So I think that it was just a domino effect. And like I said, I just think if he didn't take out the field, it would have been no big deal.
What do you think if apologizing for it would have changed anything?
Well, it helped with Ross.
Well, but Ross was not only the instigator, he was the victim too.
Yeah. I think that was Gateway, right? I think it was Gateway, the new racetrack.
It might have been. I don't.
I can be.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin was 34th. Yeah, lap down. Cross chance. It was Gateway. Still finished top 10.
Well, all right, let's do some next week stuff, and I'd say we about had it. We're pushing our hour here. And we're going to Atlanta, which is basically
And that's what I wanted to say. We're going to Atlanta, which is the first time we've gone to a track, a repeat this year, right? This is the first time we've gone back to a track that we've been to this year.
I believe so.
So they actually have data on this car, on this new track. So expect everyone to be more prepared. So like I said, this is the first time they've gone to a track twice this year. So it's going to be...
I don't think they've been anywhere else twice.
That's what I was just looking. There's the Clash and the Daytona. There's California, Auto Club, Vegas, and Phoenix. And then there's Atlanta, then Coda, Richmond, Martinsville, Bristol, Talladega, Dover, Darlington, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte, Gateway, Sonoma. And then the last couple. So, no, this is the first time we've gone back to a track that we've been to this year for the second time. So they actually have data. Somewhat. It was, that was in March, so it was a little bit cooler.
Oh man, it's hot as balls down here right now.
So that is going to be the difference, but they actually have data for this car on the new track. So it'd be interesting to see how different it may be, more prepared drivers are, because everybody was like, I don't know, it's a new car, a new track. We don't know how it's going to race. And they had no idea it was going to race like a super speedway. No one knew. They thought.
I'm doing a little filtering here.
Well, the spring race, William Byron won, Chastain was second, Kurt Busch was third, then it was Suarez, Corey LaJoie, Chase Elliott, Buescher, Truex, Logano, Bowman. Haley, Keselowski, Wallace, Jones, Briscoe, Bilicki, Blaney, Reagan, Cloud, and then Biffle. And after that, it was Harvick, then everybody else after that crashed.
Okay. Who you got for the winner?
I'm going to say Austin Dillon. As much as I don't
You're not going to wait until Daytona. Okay.
I mean, I can still pick him for... I just feel... I don't know. I don't know why I feel that. I just want to just out of left field, Austin Dillon.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know.
Dark horse?
Dark horse. Bubba Wallace, he's 25th in points. I'll take.
Denny, top 20 or no?
Yeah. Bubba Wallace finish? Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with it. Harvick for the winner. I'm going with Harrison Burton for my dark horse. Denny will be in the top 10. Bubba will not finish. Again. Just to prove that his pit crew isn't
How
the problem.
mad would you be if he switched his pit crew and he freaking wins?
I wouldn't be mad. I mean, I really wouldn't. It would depend on the circumstances.
Yeah.
If it's rain shortened, I'd be pissed. Okay? If he raced his ass off, was in the top 10 all day, the pit stops were awesome. He didn't wreck anybody or abuse it. I wouldn't be mad about that. I would actually come on next week and say, good job. Thank you. But I don't think he'll be in the top 20. Because now he's going to go out there with all kind of, oh, I got the crew, I got this, I got that, and now it's not on me. Well, yeah, buddy, it is on you.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, it is.
So, all right, kiddo, you got anything else you want to talk about, or
not really, but
Just-
there's one new cool paint scheme coming out this week. Is Denny Hamlin has a Coca-Cola 11 car, pretty sharp. I don't know. If
I saw that.
I don't know if there's gonna be any other special paint schemes or whatnot, but that Coca-Cola 11
reminds me of Dale Senior's paint scheme at Japan.
One that Ross had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be more.
I got no problem with it. It's
no, sharp. Other than that, I don't see.
Everybody, like I said, join our fantasy league. Go to NASCAR.com. Click on Fantasy Live. Search for Burn It Down NASCAR podcast. Join the league. You got to create an account. Make your picks. We're getting ready for the chase here in about 8 weeks. And it's basically a clean slate from that point forward. So we appreciate y'all. I know there's not a whole bunch of you out there yet, but we're building.
Slowly.
And you want to give your rundown again?
Yeah, but it won't be that long. If you guys want to listen on the go, you can go to any audio podcast. Just go to Google and search Burn It Down Podcast and it'll pop up. But you can go to rss.com, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, Pandora, or Google Podcasts and listen to us there. Just search Burn It Down NASCAR Podcast or Burn It Down Podcast. It will pop up. Newest one's always there. Wednesday night. Sometimes it'll be early Thursday, depending on if I'm tired or not. But they're always gonna be there at the end of the week, and we only do that because what came out this week or today, penalties for Noah Gragson and all kinds of other stuff. So it's because news comes out midweek. If we do this on Mondays, we won't have any news until it's gonna be too late.
Well, normally all NASCAR penalties and sanctions come out Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, so that's why we do this when we do it.
Other than that, no, I'm ready to go. I'm actually looking forward to Atlanta because the second time they're back with the new car. It's gonna be hot. I think it's gonna be pretty crazy race. I'm hoping for at least a pretty exciting race since people are doing car, hotter track, super speedway racing.
Well, they're saying it's Daytona Talladega Light, and I believe it. And like you said, it is hot down here right now. I'm only about, I want to say about 200 miles, maybe a little less from Atlanta. It's going to be interesting. That track's going to be slick. So, all right, let's sign off. Thank you again, everybody. Give us some feedback. That's all we ask for. Just talk to us.
See you.
Yes, sir.